Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Jake with PackMan Sports back with another video. So this is it. The Packers have made their cuts, got the 53-man roster, and the 16 guys have been chosen for the practice squad for the 2021 season, and things have now come together for this upcoming season here. And this article here is from acmepacking.com by John Meerdink. John Meerdink does a podcast here on YouTube. Go ahead and check it out. It's called The Power Sweep. He has a lot of really good material, and I really highly recommend listening to him. I will leave a link in the description for the channel. So let's get into this. The practice squad signings here are Kurt Benkert. See you guys. Kurt was going to pass through waivers. We got him, and I'm very happy that we are able to have Kurt stick with us. Guard Cole Van Lanen, the Wisconsin guy. I'm very happy that he's back. I was very confident that he was going to be able to pass through waivers, and he is in fact going to remain a Green Bay Packer. Kabian Ento, not a surprise he was going to pass. Jacob Capra, I actually thought that he did really well throughout some of his time when he actually had some chances to play. He did grade out very well for one game on Pro Football Focus. Equinemius St. Brown is returning. I'm glad that he is back. I'm very, very happy that EQ was able to pass through waivers. I didn't think he was going to pass through waivers and some team was going to claim him, but I think maybe that injuries and rawness is partly to blame for that, and that's why he is back with the Packers. Tipa Nalei, I don't mind him coming back. He's certainly got a raw skill set. He didn't really impress me very much, but I think there might be something there to develop with Tipa. I'm glad he is back, and he's back with the Packers. Abdullah Anderson, the defensive end that we picked up, the former Chicago Bear, Pittsburgh Steeler. J.J. Molson, the preseason kicker, was added. I think this is a pretty good pickup because I think that we could use J.J. just in case if there's an injury to Mason. If anything were to happen, we won't have to be in limbo trying to find and sign a kicker. So just in case JJ is there, and I don't think this is really much of a big space that he's taking up. It's vitally important to have depth just about everywhere, including special teams. Innis Gaines, the promising strong safety, I'm glad he's back. I thought that Christian Uphoff was going to make it, but he didn't. I guess maybe tackling and very, very poor play on defense is probably the reason. And I suppose that maybe special teams was not going to be enough for him to get us to a spot. I don't even know if he wound up going to another football team. Maybe that's the reason why he wasn't picked up. I would have to go and take a look in a quick second to see what happened with Uphoff. Juwan Winfrey, apparently he was cut and he is now back on the practice squad. The injury, I thought possibly had some potential of him landing on injured reserve. He didn't. And I'm glad that he is still back and he could potentially see some time possibly on the 53-man roster if injuries were to happen. Ben Braden, I was hopeful that he was going to clear waivers. He did, and I'm glad that Ben is back. He's shown a lot of potential as a guard and as a right tackle, so I'm glad that we have Ben back, and I really liked Ben a lot this preseason. Chris Blair is back. Bronson Kafusi, a promising run blocker that people were raving about him. I'm glad that he is back on the team. Willington Prevalon, I had a pretty good feeling that Willington was going to be back on practice squad. He was last year, and he showed a little bit of promise as well in the preseason. Patrick Taylor is back on practice squad, and Ray Wilborn is also on the list of as well. I'm glad that Ray is back too because I thought he showed some promise at inside linebacker, graded pretty well with his time as an inside linebacker. One notable name that is not on here is Dexter Williams. I thought that he was going to have a chance to be able to make it back to practice squad, but I think since the fact that he was behind the 8 ball in camp probably said something. He showed some explosive plays in the preseason, and that's why I thought he would have had a chance to make the 53 and the practice squad. Maybe some team picked him up, and I need to be able to go and find out more. But here's the tweets confirming from Tom Pelissero that Kurt Benkert has been added to the practice squad. A tweet from Kurt. I'm pretty sure he's over the moon, and I think that he is able to stay with the Packers. Green Bay native Cole Van Lanen added to the practice squad. And here's the tweet confirming Kabian and Capra, Equinemius, Tipa and Abdullah, JJ, Innes, Gaines, Joanne Winfrey getting confirmed also. Braden also confirmed to be back by Bill Huber. So that is that. Those are our practice squad guys, and now I'm going to go and check a few. So it doesn't really appear that Christian Uphoff is still a free agent. He didn't sign with any team yet. Okay. That's interesting. Now check Dexter Williams. What happened with Dexter? So far, there's no news on that. He still appears to be a free agent. I guess the Packers have decided to give up on Dexter. I'm kind of disappointed. I really thought that Dexter had some potential to be a pretty good running back for us in the future. I know he needed some time to develop. And surprisingly, Steven Denmark. I want to go back to Steven. Steven, I thought, had a really good shot to be able to make practice squad. I'll see if there's anything on him. It appears that there is nothing there. I don't think anyone claimed him off of waivers. So far, there isn't anything on Steven. So I guess that's how things are for now, you guys. This is our practice squad with some guys that I thought were expected to return to the Packers on practice squad have not returned. But this is a pretty good list of guys that we have here to be able to find as some insurance in case of injuries. So this is good. And now on to the big news that the Packers have traded for a punter and in fact released JK Scott. This kind of came as a surprise to me yesterday when I found out late last night that JK Scott was cut and the Packers were going to trade for a punter. The Packers have traded for Corey Bojorquez, a left-footed punter from the Rams. I have seen some highlights of him on video where he had some booming punts. He boomed a 72-yarder, a 70-yard punt. There was also a low light where he only punted for 12 yards. I think that was a rarity, so that don't take anything away from that. Corey has had a really good preseason with the Rams. The reason why he was on the Los Angeles Rams because there was some problems with Johnny Hecker with being able to get a contract for him. They were able to get that, and the Packers were able to make a trade there to be able to get him. I believe it was a 2023 7th round pick in exchange for a 6th round pick. This was a pretty good trade in my opinion. We probably did need to move away from JK, unfortunately, with his inconsistencies, and it's unfortunate. I really, really was hoping that the Packers were going to give JK another chance, but apparently they said that it's just over with. And with the availability of Corey, that they wanted to be able to get somebody else that can be able to do a better job than what JK has done. He has not done that great. He has had some really, really good games, and then he had some really terrible games. So those are my thoughts on the latest Packer news. And with that, I'll catch you guys later for another video. Go Pack, go!